Hello, you're watching QPVN News. I'm Anh Tuấn, and here's the headlines. President LUONG addresses APEC leaders in formal dialogue with guests. Deputy Defense Minister meets Russian veterans. Cruise ship Blue Dream Melody brings 1,100 Chinese tourists to Ha Long. Within the framework of the APEC Leaders Week 2024, State President LUONG delivered a speech at the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Leaders' informal dialogue with guests. This dialogue provided a platform for APEC leaders to exchange information and strengthen cooperation with partners both within and beyond the region. Speaking at the event, President LUONG expressed strong support for inter-regional cooperation and connectivity, which is both an opportunity and an essential requirement for development. He emphasized three key principles and four main solutions. The three principles include strengthening dialogue, fostering consensus, and maintaining a peaceful environment for development, respecting international law, and promoting multilateralism, and ensuring balanced, inclusive, and equitable benefits, with people and businesses at the center. Meanwhile, the four solutions are implementing selective and phased integration processes, maximizing regional advantages and complementaries, improving institutional frameworks and enhancing the efficiency of existing mechanisms, unlocking resources and leveraging the effectiveness of North-South, South-South and public-private partnerships, and prioritizing the development of inter-regional and inter-community bridges, as well as networks for digital transformation, green transition, trade and investment linkages, financial and banking systems, infrastructure, and cultural and people-to-people exchanges. Also on November the 16th local time, on the sidelines of the APEC Leaders Week 2024, State President LUONG met with the President of Indonesia, the Prime Minister of New Zealand, and the Chief Executive of the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region, China. At the meeting with Indonesian President Prabowo Subianto, President LUONG and his Indonesian counterpart agreed to lift the bilateral relations to a new height towards the celebration of the 70th founding anniversary of the Vietnam-Indonesia diplomatic ties and 80 years of the National Day of both nations in 2025. Both leaders also agreed to expand economic cooperation, facilitating access for Vietnam's agricultural, aquatic and halal products to the Indonesian market. During the meeting between President LUONG and New Zealand Prime Minister Christopher Luxon, both leaders agreed to strengthen economic cooperation, aiming for a two-trade target of $3 billion by 2026, with a larger goal set for the subsequent period. In his meeting with Chief Executive of the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region, China, John Lee Ka-chiu, President LUONG affirmed that Vietnam respects and supports the one country, two systems policy, the basic law and related regulations of Hong Kong, and supports Hong Kong's prosperous development. On November the 16th in Moscow, Russia, Senior Lieutenant General Huang Sun-qian, Deputy Defense Minister, chaired a meeting with Russian veterans and their relatives. At the meeting, General Qian shared that the relationship between Vietnam and the former Soviet Union and the Russian Federation today has always been tight and overcome all challenges of time and historical fluctuations. It's an invaluable asset, a solid foundation for the Vietnam-Russia comprehensive strategic partnership in the current period. The Russian veterans also recalled the time when they fought side by side with Vietnamese comrades in the resistant war for national liberation. With their love for the country and people of Vietnam, the Russian veterans wished that the friendly and cooperative relationship between the two countries would last forever. On this occasion, General Chien invited the veterans to Vietnam to attend the 80th founding anniversary of the Vietnam People's Army and the 35th anniversary of the Ho People's Defense Festive Day. On the same day, General Chien and the Vietnamese delegation visited the Vietnamese embassy in Russia. With determination and industriousness, many worker families at Regiment 726 Corps 16 have transformed their lives, overcoming early challenges to secure a stable income to improve life quality. By adopting scientific methods and intercropping techniques, they've set inspiring examples of resilience and innovation on heartland. The intercropping model of coffee, pepper, durian and macadamia is a passion project for New Hoa, a worker at Production Team 4 under Regiment 726. Leading the way in adopting modern farming practices, she uses organic fertilizers and water-saving irrigation systems, ensuring her orchards stay lush and productive. Regiment 726 has supported my family tremendously, giving us access to land, high-quality seedlings and essential supplies like fertilizers and crop protection materials to help us succeed. Our family now has steady income, and this year alone with coffee, pepper, macadamia and durian, we've made close to nearly $120,000. 20 years ago, Cao Thị Trung moved from Nghệ An to the border commune of Quảng Trực in Tuy Đức District, Đắk Nông Province, joining Regiment 726 under Corps 16. Alongside the contracted land from the regiment, her family saved to buy over a hectare of farmland, where they implemented a diversified model with crops, fish ponds and livestock, yielding nearly $40,000 per year. Thanks to the technical guidance from the regiment, I've learned how to prune and fertilize effectively, which has boosted my farming results. Our focus now is on encouraging workers to dive into value-added processes like producing 4C certified coffee for export. We're also pushing for high-quality organic coffee production to improve worker incomes and farm value. The vibrant green fields stretching across the border reflect the steadily growing prosperity here, born of the relentless efforts of Uncle Ho soldiers on this economic frontier. Coming up next, National Assembly in building rule of law state of Vietnam. Cruise ship Blue Dream Melody brings 1,100 Chinese tourists to Hạ Long. Building a socialist rule of law state of Vietnam is an important task for the entire political system, in which the National Assembly, the people's highest representative body, is receiving increased recognition. Over the years, the National Assembly has played an important role in constructing a socialist rule of law state, establishing a crucial and solid legal foundation for the comprehensive renewal of the country. This has helped foster the growth of a socialist-oriented market economy, ensured national defense and security, and upheld the respect, protection, and safeguarding of human rights, citizen rights, and international integration.
On January 6, 1946, the first general election to elect the National Assembly was held nationwide, conducted under the most democratic and progressive principles of universal, equal, direct, and confidential ballot. The first National Assembly of the Democratic Republic of Vietnam was established, marking a glorious milestone in the process of building a democratic institution, legally affirming the people's ownership rights in Vietnam, and ushering in a new era for Vietnam with a unified National Assembly, a government, a progressive constitution, and a fully legitimate system of government that properly represented the Vietnamese people in both domestic and international affairs. Since that historic milestone, the National Assembly has continuously made efforts and timely innovations to institutionalize the party's policies and guidelines, meeting the state management requirements, and promoting the country's socio-economic development and international integration.
Quốc hội đóng vai trò quan trọng nhất trong cái việc là xây dựng nhà nước pháp quyền xã hội chủ nghĩa, tức là
The National Assembly is responsible for the most significant aspects of establishing a socialist rule of law state, including the creation of laws and tools for the state's operation. It indicates that everything must be done in accordance with the legislation, which is approved by the National Assembly. To meet the demands of building and developing the country towards socialism, the National Assembly passed the 1992 and 2013 constitutions. In addition to reflecting the people's will and aspirations, the 1992 Constitution institutionalized the platform for national development during the transition to socialism and provided a legal framework for establishing a socialist rule of law state, which guided the country's development into a new phase. Meanwhile, the 2013 Constitution laid a firm legal foundation for Vietnamese people and state to advance confidently in the new era, comprehensively promoting national renewal, building and defending the Socialist Republic of Vietnam, and advancing international integration.
Hiến pháp năm 1992.
The 1992 Constitution was amended to reaffirm that this state is a socialist rule of law state. As we pursue the construction of a socialist state, this constitution bears tremendous importance as a basis for us to continue declaring that the path led by the party in renewing the country remains steadfastly precise in following the socialist direction. Implementing the party's policy and renewing the organization and activities of the National Assembly with the concern and support of voters and the people. The National Assembly has continuously innovated and improved its working methods, achieving notable results in legislation, oversight, and addressing major national issues. In terms of legislative activities, the sessions of the National Assembly have been reviewing and passing many important bills that cover all aspects of political, economic, social life, science and technology, health, environment, social security, national security, defense, and foreign affairs. Thanks to such, they provide a coordinated legal basis for renewing and improving the effectiveness and efficiency of the state apparatus, advancing democracy and the people's right to ownership. At the same time, the National Assembly continues to adhere to the principle that issues that require practical solutions which are clear and have been proven correct by reality and have a high degree of consensus should be drastically implemented. Issues that are not yet clear and have diverse opinion should continue to be researched, summarized from practice, and piloted when authorized by competent authorities.
On November the 16th, the cruise ship Blue Dream Melody docked at Ha Long International Cruise Port in Quảng Ninh Province, bringing more than 1,100 Chinese visitors from Beihai City of China's Guangxi Province to Ha Long City. Upon arrival, the visitors explored Ha Long Bay and Ha Long City, as well as other famous tourist sites in Quảng Ninh Province, before returning to Guangxi at 6 p.m. on the same day. To maintain cruise tourism, both sides are designing more diverse itineraries for tourists traveling from China to Vietnam, starting from Beihai in 2025. The plans will extend beyond Ha Long to include famous tourist destinations in Vietnam, such as Da Nang and Hue. It's anticipated that during the peak season in November 2025, there will be 3 weekly cruises between Beihai and Ha Long. The second cruise ship from Beihai is expected to revisit Ha Long on November the 18th. Preserving and promoting folk arts are not only the responsibilities of the authorities and the cultural sector, but also people from all walks of life. A group of students in Da Nang have brought tuồng art to the public in a close and free way, contributing to promoting this national intangible cultural heritage. The courtyard of Hoa My Village Communal House has become a space imbued with tuồng culture. Tân Sắc Tuồng is the idea of a group of young people who love traditional tuồng art to bring tuồng values to the community for free. They have coordinated with Nguyễn Hiển Dĩnh Tuồng Theatre to organize a traditional and close new folk art program. We came up with this idea, built it in 2.5 months. With support from the school and Nguyễn Hiển Dĩnh Tuồng Theatre, we brought the audience a free program. We hope to spread the value of tuồng art to young people and the community. During a 3-hour program, the audience have the opportunity to learn and experience tuồng art through exchanges and interactions with artists and enjoy the tuồng play Hòn Vọng Phu, staged by Nguyễn Hiển Dĩnh Tuồng Theatre. For artists, it is very happy to see the way young people love and spread traditional art. We are ready to share our knowledge with them. After the program, the young people plan to continue implementing similar events with the goal of bringing traditional culture and artistic values of the nation closer to the young audience. This is the end of the QPVN News today. Remember to watch our news again at qpvn.vn. Thank you for watching and goodbye for now.